Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is a topic of the problem with Disney. So, when it comes to the problem with Disney, what I want to talk about today, when it comes to, of course, the problem with this company, is the fact that when it comes to movies specifically, you know, is the fact that Disney tends to push an LGBTQ plus agenda. Whether gay marriage, transgenderism, all that type of stuff. It just is problematic. Okay, when it comes to Disney. Okay, specifically when they make movies. Okay, and let me explain why. And the reason why I say that is simply down to the fact that when people watch movies, okay, people watch movies because they want to feel comfortable. Okay, they want an escape from reality. Okay, they want to enjoy the experience, in all honesty, of watching a movie, for that matter. Okay, just a nice fantasy world from the very boring, repetitive, and even sometimes straight up depressing real world we actually live in. Okay, people want an escape from reality. Okay, and especially for a population as well that is also heterosexual overwhelmingly, the truth of the matter is pushing things like having gay characters for movies, having transgender characters for movies, in honesty, and all that type of stuff, in all honesty, simply put it to be told, what the hell does that do? And that's a question I want to ask. Okay, what the hell does that do, for that matter, okay, for their movement, which I'll get to more later on. But the first thing I want to get across, okay, is that when it comes to the problem with Disney, when it comes to the movies, okay, is that they push this LGBTQ stuff on people who, for an overall population, have made it clear that they have absolutely no interest in it, okay, which is taking away one of the most important fundamental rules of being able to enjoy a movie, which is actually, you know, being comfortable instead of trying to push a agenda on the people, to put it bluntly, in honesty. Okay? And that is the honest truth of the matter. Okay? So, to be quite honest with you, to be blunt with you, okay? Simply put it, this whole way of thinking of, okay, we're gonna push this stuff on people and this and that, besides we're trying to represent the new generation, for that matter, because yes, the amount of people who are identify as that group LGBTQ plus is growing, but at the same time we still have to realize that even still the majority of the population, specifically for men, are not part of the LGBTQ plus movement. In other words, they're not LGBTQ plus. Okay, and not only that, the people who are straight and are not a part of it have made it very clear that they have absolutely no interest whatsoever in being a part of that LGBTQ plus community. Okay, which, for that matter, okay, um makes it make even less sense. Okay, because the truth of the matter is, okay, and this is one thing people need to understand about life. Okay, for that matter, okay, when people make it clear that they are not interested in something, okay, um it's obvious that you don't want to force that stuff on them. Okay, that is the truth. And people who are anti LGBTQ plus have made it clear that they're not interested. And it does even help the fact that if there's one thing that I can definitely undeniably say has made it clear, for that matter, okay, that the LGBTQ plus, when it comes to, I should say, the LGBTQ plus, sort of thing, if there's one thing that people who have decided that they want nothing to do with it have made it as clear as day that they ever never want anything to do with it, it's this issue, the LGBTQ plus issue. The people who are not interested in being LGBTQ plus are very dedicated in making sure that they have nothing to do with the LGBTQ plus movement. Okay, in other words, to sum it up in as simply as of a way as possible, they never want to be LGBTQ plus. The people who are of a certain age group and have lived long enough who are not LGBTQ plus, the majority of them have made it clear that they're never going to be a part of that community. So if they're never going to be a part of that community, why are you going to force them to see things when they're just watching a movie for entertainment that makes them feel uncomfortable? Okay, it's just like if someone is a Hindu or a Muslim or any other group that has certain beliefs. Okay, why do we need to force things on them when they do not want to have a part of it? Just like if you're a Hindu, what are you gonna do? Go to the, if they're having a party or something, what, cook beef? They made it clear that they don't want to ever eat beef. Why the hell are you serving beef at a Hindu party? Okay, or the Muslim party? Why the hell would you serve pork? When people make it clear that they do not want something, whether you personally believe morally it's something, to you, at least to the person who of course might be LGBTQ plus, whether you personally believe there's nothing wrong with it, if someone else makes it clear that they're not interested in it, then leave them alone. It's that simple. Okay, if people don't want anything to do with something, then respect their decision, whether you personally believe it's a good idea or not. If they don't want anything to do with it, you have to respect their decision. And that's the truth of the matter, to put it bluntly. Okay? So simply put it, that is the truth. Okay? If so, just like fish, if someone doesn't like fish and maybe they might have religious reasons they don't like to eat fish, then respect their decision. Why the hell are you trying to force them to eat fish? you know and when it comes to this particular situation too, why is it any different? If men don't want to see two men kissing, or even some women for that matter, at least there's still some left who don't want to see two women kissing, why are you trying to force them to see that stuff? And that's the truth of the matter. Okay, for that matter, to put it bluntly. Okay, and of course, even though there's other issues with Disney, this is the main one that's the most annoying one about them, and that is the honest truth of the matter. Okay, when it comes to, of course, Disney. Okay, so now that, of course, that is out of the way, explaining what's wrong with it, the other thing I want to mention, aside from the first point I was making, which was that, why they shouldn't force this LGBTQ plus stuff on people when they're trying to watch entertainment. Okay, the other reason is that, what the hell does this have to do with gay rights? Okay, and this is the other question that I want to bring up, when it comes to just showing how dumb Disney is. Okay, like, what the hell does this have to do with gay rights? Okay, gay rights. Okay, especially for someone who's lived as long as me. Okay, I might not be able to brag that I lived, in the 1980s or 1970s and so on and so forth, like a lot of people would like to brag. These decades that are known as the glory days, for that matter. Okay, but one thing I can definitely say, for the time I've been on this planet since 1995, from what I have seen, okay, truth be told, okay, gay people historically were not treated very well. Okay, they were not well treated in public places, like in high school and so on and so forth. People used to make fun of them all the time. People used to just beat them up and say really bad things to them and all that sort of shit, to put it bluntly. Okay, they were not treated very well at all. Okay, to put it bluntly. Okay, they were treated terribly. Okay, and they couldn't even marry each other. Okay, for that matter. Okay, and of course, biggest one of all, being gay was dangerous. They used to get killed all the time and so on and so forth. Okay, that is the honest truth about the gay community. That used to happen to them all the time. Okay, to put it bluntly. Okay, so the truth of the matter is, okay, was that stuff, of course, right? No, it was not right. Okay, as long as they're not trying to force themselves on people who are not a part of their lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with them, with them living that lifestyle. Personally, I don't think it's a good decision, but if they want to live that lifestyle, then that's their choice. But, and the truth is, when it comes to speaking on this particular topic, that is something, when it comes to, of course, not being attacked randomly, because you're protected and being able to marry and all that type of stuff, that is something known as having rights. Okay, and there's a difference between gay rights and forcing things on people who are not interested in it. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to say here. What's the hell does this have to do with gay rights? Okay, if you want to be gay, that's your choice. That's your personal choice if you want to be gay. Okay, and you shouldn't be attacked for that, and you should be able to live your life if you want to live that way. Okay, but at the same time, forcing people to see two men kissing and all this type of stuff, what the hell does that have to do with gay rights whatsoever? If anything, that's just being just as oppressive as the straight people in the past used to be towards gay people. So the truth of the matter is, no matter how you look at it, this whole thing that's going on is so stupid, it is so dumb, and it serves no purpose, okay, when it comes to what Disney's doing, pushing this agenda on people. Because when people watch movies, they want to watch movies for entertainment, not to be forced to feel uncomfortable by watching things that go against what they personally morally believe is right. And that is the truth. So that is all I have to say for this video. And simply put it, I'm out, and Disney needs to do better. And that is all. So bye.